Hello, everyone. It's Paul Sun Young Lee here. Gotta bear with me. We are live right now, I think. I screwed up my audio somehow. I'm just wondering if, can anybody hear me? Can people hear me? I see Turtle 64224. Can you hear me? Thomas D, Lucas Sarah. Can you all hear me right now? Just mention me. Give me a holler in the comment section there. I've got a bit of a different setup going on right now. Okay, you can hear me, Tommy. Thank you so much. I can't hear you, and which is weird because I wouldn't be hearing your voices anyways, but I got my AirPods in. Usually I have my Rodecaster Pro set up and my mic, and I've got headphones on, and when we're doing live streaming, you know, I can hear myself speak, and I can talk to people and make sure that they can hear me. But because I'm doing this live in terms of this unboxing, I've had to change my setup around. And yeah, I've never done this before, so just bear with me while I struggle through this. But if everyone can hear me, that is amazing. Thank you so much. Again, welcome to my geeky basement. Thank you for joining me here live as we do this new segment that I want to call Funboxing Sundays. Thanks for joining me on this Victoria Day long weekend. I forgot it was a long weekend. I thought this was just going to be a regular Sunday. And thanks for taking the time to join me because it's kind of gorgeous out right now. You're down here wanting to watch me unbox things. We're in Canada. I'm in Canada. I'm in Canada. And this is a holiday for us because Canada is part of the British Commonwealth. We celebrate, I think it's Queen Victoria's birthday. I think. I don't know. I'm a terrible monarchist. That's me. But so I'm here, and thank you so much. So this is a new segment I want to call Funboxing Sundays because, as some of you may know, if you follow my YouTube channel, what I do is I have unboxing videos, and I'll unbox something really cool and neat. Usually it's something a little bit older because I'm just pulling from my own collection. And what I wanted to try was this new format because I was lucky. I made some connections with some people at Hasbro, and they were kind enough to send me this. I'm gonna add this here. There we go. I've got a new overhead cam. Boom! They sent me this. It is the Star Wars the Black Series Wedge Antilles battle simulation helmet. And usually the stuff that I unbox is a little bit older because it's stuff in my collection, like I said. And I finally got something before the street date, and I thought, oh, I'll do an unboxing, and it's going to be super cool. And, you know, I'll be able to be ahead of the curve for once. And I realized, of course, that I sat on this a little bit too long, a little bit busy. It's already been released. The street date on this was May 17th, I believe. People are starting to get them. And I thought, okay, well, I'll do a quick unboxing video. And I realized the fantastic people at Pigeon Row, they edit my videos. And by the time I got the footage to them and they'd edit it, it'd still be another couple of weeks or so. So I thought, hey, let's try something new on my YouTube channel, and we'll do an unboxing live. And so I've set up this overhead camera here. Ooh, latency. Look at that. A little bit of a delay. And so I'll be doing this, and I'll be here to answer any questions you might have about the product. I also have the Luke Skywalker, the Red 5 battle simulation helmet. And I'll be doing a comparison between the two because I'm curious to see if it's just a repaint or if there's any new features to it. So let's look at the comment sections here. Bob Dylan, happy Sunday, Mr. Lee. Thrilled for this new format. Thanks so much. Thank you. Don't call me Mr. Lee. I feel so old when you do that. Call me Paulie. Everybody calls me Paulie. That comes from back in the day. People used to say my name together, Paul Lee, Paulie. And it used to bug me, but now I'm owning it, and I like that. So call me Paulie. All my friends do, please. I've got, who do I got? I got Mike. And this is a super chat, by the way. This is new for me as well. I'm going to be paying more attention to the comment section. I realize part of the fun is interacting with people who are jumping on board and making comments. And so please, I love this. I'm doing my best to try to do all this. And are you hearing echoes? Are people hearing echoes? Uh-oh. I'm hearing a bunch of different things right now. There we go. I'll try to fix this. Mike Wan, here it is. Mike, thank you so much for your super chat. It says, congrats on your win, 3-time CSA award winner, Paul Sun Young Lee. That's awesome. Thank you. Quick question. If there was a Carson Teva X-Wing or figure, would you unbox it? I think absolutely I would. Are people hearing echoing? Or you can hear everything's fine now? No more echoing. It's better now. Okay. That's cool. I don't know what I'm doing. I just put it out there. I don't know what I'm doing. So bear with me technically while I sort through this here. Gaming Zombie. I know who this is. Hold on. Let's get up here. It's happening fast. Gaming Zombie. That's my buddy Ray. I think it's Ray. You just got to work. Happy to see you on Happy Long Weekend. Miss you, buddy. I miss you too, buddy. I miss you too. Hey, soon enough, with the way the vaccines are rolling out, we're all going to be able to hang out with masks on and socially distanced, but we'll still be able to hang out. And I'm looking forward to those days. So thank you so much, Ray, for piping in and saying hi. I'm just going to scroll in through here. So wait, somebody said this. The great Canadian, Papa Gord, the Canadian Santa Claus. Hello there. Well, hello there to you too. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. There's lots of questions here. I'm just sort of going through. Wow. There was a question. I'm trying to, here we go. There's something from Tommy. Tommy Cave, please unbox the Jays a new bullpen. Okay, thanks. You know what, Tommy? That's a problem. They leaned on the bullpen so much at the early part because they weren't getting quality starts from their starting pitching. I think they burned them out. I mean, every pitcher on the Blue Jays has been on the IL at one point. They need some stability in the starting rotation and give that bullpen a chance to rest. For everybody else, I'm talking baseball. I do like baseball. The Jays played. They lost again. I think there's their 4th or 5th straight loss and Tampa Bay's 9th straight win. But we're going to get to this unboxing here. But I just want to say hello to everybody and answer all these questions too. I hope I'm not missing people. I'm missing so much. It's happening so fast. I love all you guys. Turtle 64224. You're watching your Red Sox play my Blue Jays and saw you as a cardboard cutout in the stands with a Blue Jays gear on and made me stand up at cheer. Yeah, the Blue Jays did something really cool. They got a cardboard cutout of me and a bunch of other celebrities, and they put them in the front row seats at the Blue Jays game. So I was sitting next to Ryan Reynolds, and on the other side of that was Sandra Oh. And yeah, every time you saw a right-handed batter being featured, you saw my big stupid face sort of smiling there because I threw out the first pitch of the Jays game a few years ago, and they used their official photo of that to put me there. And I'm honored and thrilled that people see me at the Jays game because I am a big Jays fan. Okay, I'm just going to go through here, answer some questions. 30th Century Fox, you're asking me what kind of 3D printers I use. I have an FDM printer. It's an artillery Sidewinder X1, and I also have a Mars Elegoo Pro that's still in this box upstairs. It's been crazy busy, and I've been wanting to get into resin printing as well. I just haven't had a chance to sort of really dive into that. And then this YouTube thing took off, and I'm having a lot of fun exploring that. So that's what I'm using right now. I'm seeing that. Prayers up to Tavares. Yeah, absolutely. John Tavares, captain of the Maple Leafs, got crushed by accident in game 1, but he's recovering, which is great news. No structural damage to his head, his neck, or his spine, which is great. He did sprain his knee, however, so he'll be out for a couple of weeks. But go Leafs, man. I bleed blue when it comes to sports in this city. I love the Raptors, Toronto FC, the Argos, the Leafs, and the Blue Jays. And yeah, it's tough sometimes to be a Toronto sports fan, because it's been tough. I mean, the Raptors, they were great. They brought home the championship a couple of years ago. The Leafs are on the run. The Jays, they're competing. So it's an exciting time to be a Toronto fan after having such a long stretch of lean years. I mean, we had Toronto FC did win a championship, and the Argos won a Grey Cup. But this consistent sort of winning hasn't been happening. But I think I'm pretty excited. I am pretty excited, and I think we're turning the corner on that. Okay. Let's get to this unboxing because I can answer your questions all night, which is awesome. And let's get to it. Okay, so like I was saying before, the lovely people at Hasbro sent this wonderful helmet to me. It is a really large box, really well packaged. I love the artwork on it. You can see here, there he is. That's Wedge Antilles. And for those of you who don't know who Wedge Antilles is, he is one of the only pilots to survive the attack on the first Death Star, the Battle of Hoth, and the attack on the second Death Star. He's played by the actor Dennis Lawson, and little known fact, he was actually played by 2 actors because at the beginning, not at the beginning, at the end of A New Hope, just as they're being briefed on the Death Star run, there was a different actor by the name of Colin Higgins who played him, and it was originally cast as Wedge. But sadly, he was not used to how quickly they shot film, and he didn't have a rehearsal period. And he got really, really nervous and wound up, and he couldn't get his lines out. So they ended up firing him or replacing him with Dennis Lawson. And then the two of them, their voices were overdubbed by a third actor. So you actually have, in the pantheon of Star Wars, 3 actors who played Wedge Antilles. I think it's a really neat bit of trivia. This is Wedge's helmet right here. The artwork is great. I love what Black Series is doing in terms of getting these secondary characters out there. And for those I know, I have a fan. Oh my God, I can't speak anymore. I'm nervous. Yes, I'm nervous. I want to perform. I want to do good for you guys. A good friend of mine, Kat Chin, I think you're watching. She loves Wedge Antilles. She loves that character, and he's fantastic because he is, like I said, one of the only characters to actually have a really, to survive all 3 movies, to appear in all 3 movies, and has an extensive sort of expanded universe storyline attached to him. He was involved in the liberation of Kashyyyk. He was in the final, The Rise of Skywalker, Battle of Exegol, Battle of Jakku. So all these really great expanded universe stories he's a part of. He was part of the novelization of Rogue Squadron, which was a lot of fun to watch as well, to read. He's a really fantastic character. And so I love that Black Series is making that leap and actually creating all these cool collectibles. Now, I'm going to open this up now, and so we can just sort of get on with it, old man. Get on with it. So here we go. Opening it up, and you know what? I'm going to switch this to solo view. Solo. Right there. Okay, so it's beautifully packaged. I think nowadays, a lot of companies, what they're doing is they're stepping up how things are packaged, and there is a cardboard insert that gets to protect the lenses, the visor. Nice bit of paper here. It opens up and okay. So we have, there's the paddings. It's very similar to the Red 5, Luke Skywalker's battle simulation helmet. These pads are, the one side is a bit of felt. That's to attach it to the Velcro that's inside the helmet. The other side is smoother, and it's more of a satiny material. This is because it's going to actually rest against your head and your ears. You get 2 of these, obviously, one for each side of your head. We have the Wedge Antilles Black Series instruction manual, where they tell you how to put batteries in, because it's not just a helmet. You can actually put batteries in. There are lights, there are sounds. There's 2 different modes, as you can see here. One for the Battle of Yavin, one for the Battle of Hoth. Very similar, almost exactly the same as it is for Luke's Red 5 helmet. Sorry. And so I'm going to put these aside. Oh, there's English and... Oh, they gave me 2. I thought it was English and French, but nope. They just gave me 2 by accident. And I'll put that up on eBay. And, of course, this is the top part, the padding for the crown. Again, this is felt to stick to the Velcro, and the softer. I love the quilting. The detail on the quilting, the stitching, is quite nice, actually, because they didn't have to do that, but that actually makes it look a little bit more legit. And of course, in here is the helmet itself. Oh, Siri, I didn't ask you anything. How do you get? Okay, thanks, Siri. No. Siri's talking to me. Oh no, this is honestly, nothing can be easy. Nothing. Why? Because there you go. Go away, Siri. Go away. Okay. Helmet. Shin cup. And these are electronic warnings. They are something that I will discard because I will not be eating the helmet or putting parts of the helmet in my mouth. So here we go. So here's the inside of the helmet. Here's the chin cup. They have some snaps here and a adjustable, it's an elastic, right? And they snap. Oh, you know what? Why don't I turn on this light? There we go. So right here, you'll see there's a snap on the inside, and these just pair up. So it's pretty straightforward. Boom. Boom. You got your flexible mic. There you go. Your calm mic. This is almost, yeah, this is very similar. You have 3 speakers inside of this helmet. There's, so the control, there's a switch here, right? And you can switch it to A New Hope, a Battle of Yavin, and Hoth. There's a speaker here. My God. Speaker there. A speaker right there. And another speaker right there. All right, so 3 speakers. There are little LED lights that are underneath this visor that light up doing certain bits. And of course, so this is how, here we go. So the helmet liner would go in like this. Right. Nice little Star Wars tag that I'll tuck in behind there. See, and it's pretty, that earpiece. And there are little bits of Velcro. You can see these circles, maybe. Can you see the circles? Hey, trust me. They're there. They're there. See? They stick. This one goes like that. Almost identical. And then, so here you go. This is Wedge's helmet. And yeah, it's a repaint. It's a repaint, but it's a nice repaint. You can see here that there's here these are victory marks. If you look it up, the victory marks, and these symbolize capital ships. So Wedge has destroyed 3 capital ships, and capital ships are like, you know, Star Destroyers, big ships. And then these are victory markings as well. The V, I think the red stands for like a certain number, right? So I think in a red, I think it's 10, and with the yellow, it's like 20 kills. So he's got a number of kills. The sliced onion, he's got a little bit of battle damage right there on the helmet. They've got a little bit of weathering on it right there. Yeah, the helmet, the visor is locked in place. It doesn't go anywhere. It stays fixed. The paint is interesting. The green looks a little bit too forest green compared to the screen version of Wedge's stuff. Yeah, but I mean, that might be lighting. You know, this might be an accurate color, but like a lot of things, when they're shown under regular light, they look a little bit different. I'm just for comparison, I'm gonna put, there you go. So that's the red 5 right there. And yeah, other than the paint job, they look identical, which is, you know, that's okay. That's okay. I still had this Wedge helmet on pre-order. Now, right here is a battery compartment. You just pop this off, and there's a battery compartment here. And then this is where it takes 3 AAA batteries. While I'm doing this, I'll read some of this. Yeah, Mike, you had a comment. I have a feeling that padding would make it hard to fit your big ass head. Dude, my head is bigger than yours, and it's a tight fit with the padding. But the padding sort of, there's a way that you can sort of wiggle it around so that your ears actually hit. There we go. That your ears hit the sweet spot in here and fit in there. And then, because I've tried it without the padding, and it's super loose, even with my gigantic head. So you're going to want to do that. Okay, so. Nope. Of course, right? Of course. Nope. Siri keeps popping up and asking me questions. It's driving me bananas. Absolutely bananas. Yeah. So, okay, we'll go. That. Can everybody hear Siri? She's really, really insistent. Okay. So let's make that. I know this is so much fun, right? Watching me struggle with batteries. Dan Alexander, hope all is well, Paul. Yes, things are well. Things are so happy. I'm doubled up. The voice is doubled up again. You know what? That's Siri. That is Siri. How's that? Am I sure? Is it doubling up? I'm gonna pull off these AirPods because I'm just gonna do that right now. Hold on. It's whenever Siri gets activated. How's that? Can people hear me without the echo? I'm gonna fix this. I'll fix that eventually, but here we go. Okay, so now it's in. The batteries are in. It's still echoed. Son of a humbug. Hold on a second. Got to do this. I'm gonna do that and audio, and I'm gonna do this, do that, and then I screwed up. Yeah, there you go. That. Okay, and now I'm going to do this. How is that? Does that work? Do I have monitoring turned on your microphone? That might be. The thing is, okay. Yeah, it's good now. Okay. I'm gonna add this to this. Okay, so I swear to God, just all right. Nothing can be easy. I'm using StreamYard right now. And to use multiple cameras, you have to open up another tab because StreamYard isn't an app. It's actually browser-based. And so when I do that, the problem is you need to have two separate sound sources. I thought I'd split them up. I guess I hadn't. And now I'm getting confused between the two tabs. And so that's why everything's all screwed up. So this is, again, I apologize for that. Yes, Kat, I need a stage manager who's used to doing online events. I can't pay anybody right now. This is honestly, this is something that I think somebody should get paid for if they're going to be switching and doing all these things right now. And I think part of the fun is watching me screw up and trying not to scream and swear. But that being said, I'm going to switch back to this. Can anybody hear me? It's not working. I don't know what's going on. Going on hard line. Yeah, I guess I should. You can hear me now. Okay, thank you, Mike. Thank you. Okay, so now I've got this lav. All right. I swear to God. nothing can be easy, right? Nothing. Okay, so as I was trying to attempt, we have regained. Thank you so much. Hey, Bob Dylan, thank you. We have regained audio. Thank you. I usually do a test run of things before I go on, but it's hard to test these systems going live without going live. You know what I mean? And so the last time I went to test something, I ended up getting getting stuck. Not stuck, but I ended up doing way more than I intended to do. And it kind of like, I didn't want to spoil the surprise as to what's going on. And now this light is strobing. There we go. So here it is. So as I was saying before, here, okay. So as I was saying before, there is a button right here, located right here on the helmet, right? And when you press it, it activates a sound. A short press activates your R2 unit, right? And then now I'm on mute. How can I be on mute? For God's sakes. I think everybody's just trying to get me. It's not. Please don't beat me. How's that? How's that? Is that better? Is it working? No. Is that working? I'm good? You can hear me? Honestly, this is... Okay. So you can hear... There's actually... you can hear the X-Wings going. So this is a Battle of Yavin, right? And it will, every once in a while... You see the lights right there? So when you're wearing it, it's very similar. There you go. That's cool. That's right. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna, as I bring this mic up through my shirt and pin it to myself. Okay. So, yeah, so it plays all these sounds, and then you can switch it to the Hoth mode. Boom. And then, again, lights up. It's the sound of the T-47 snow speeders. And there they go. And it'll actually run through a cycle where you'll hear quotes from the movie, like actual dialogue. And it's cool. So if you're just, I mean, this is a helmet that's designed for ages 4 and up, for kids to play with, and for adults to collect. You know, if you want to, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. There you go. So again, this is for playing with if you want. I mean, that's the lovely thing about Black Series. They're affordable collectibles. If you want to put on a display, you can. I have in that back shelf back there, I have a number of different Black Series helmets. They're great. There's Captain Cardinal, there's Darth Vader, I've got Boba Fett, you know, Poe Dameron, an Incinerator Trooper, I have Red 5. And I'm getting a bunch of the other ones. I'm getting the I have the Death Watch one on order, pre-order. I've got the prototype Boba Fett in the back room there. These are great looking helmets for display. And if you wanted to play with them, you can absolutely do that too. I think everybody's been wanting me to put this on. So should I put this on? Should I try to squeeze my big fat head into this helmet? Let me know in the comment section. But I love this helmet. Like, it is a repaint. Yeah, but you know what? When have we ever had a Wedge Antilles, an officially licensed Wedge Antilles helmet that didn't cost $600? I mean, no offense to EFX or Anovos or any of those, because they make fantastic products. But the affordability is not out there for everybody. And with Black Series, it's a great ground level, entry level collectible piece. And the completist in me wants to go out and get the other ones too. I love it. Okay, so what am I? Andrew, put it on. That's the first time I've ever heard you say put it on. Usually you're saying take it off. But for you, that's Andrew Sherbin, a great dear friend of mine. How you doing, buddy? Colin, I see Colin in the house. All right. Here we go. I'm going to squeeze my head into this. So you see, bobblehead. Ha ha ha. Sorry. So here's the trick, Mike. You got to wiggle it a little bit. You got to wiggle it so that your ears go into the hole, into the donut-shaped hole. And then there. Then you've got the chin cup. Now, this chin cup is canon, right? Like you see in all the movies, they got the chin cups. And, if you don't have a beard, actually, this looks good. It's not too bad. But if you have a beard, if it doesn't sit properly, it looks dumb. I'm going to say it. It looks dumb. You look like a bum. At least I think I do when I do it. So what I do sometimes is I cheat and I'll put it on my third chin and then my beard will come out and then you'll do that. But what I noticed too is when I was on The Mandalorian and I had a helmet, like the beautiful helmet they had, I had the chin cup on. I was looking at myself going, I look like really like sort of puffy. And what I realized was the chin cup if it pulls up, it's sort of like you're doing that. And you look like a munchkin when you're flying your chin. So the key is to have a loose chin cup, to have the strap loose so that you can have that look. But yeah, here it is. Wedge Antilles. This is his helmet. Fits great. It's actually a little bit more of an accurate size. I have another helmet from Darth Hare. I love it. It's my first ever helmet. I built it. It's a kit. Jeff Rodriguez, I think, is his name. You can check out his shop on Etsy and on Facebook. It's Darth Hare Productions. Really fabulous helmets. But they're a little bit bigger, which is nice because it gives you a bit more room. And the mohawk on his is just a little bit higher. So the one that I have is just a little bit bigger. But I think these Black Series helmets are actually proportionally more correct, of the correct size. But what I love about Jeff's helmet, the Darth Hare's helmet, is you can actually put the visor up, right? And that's something like the Poe Dameron Black Series helmet that I have back there. You can actually slip the visor up. So if you want to go without it, you can. So I'm going to take this. But it's actually nice. It's nice. But if you have the Rogue 5, the Red 5 helmet, it's a repaint of it. So, I mean, but it's Wedge. How can you not want Wedge's helmet? I mean, I still love it. I still love it. And if there's something about having Red Squadron or Rogue Squadron together again, sitting side by side, it's going to be pretty cool. And another cool thing that I know what people are doing is they're repainting some of these helmets. So like if you're part of the Rebel Legion or you want to do some cosplaying and you want something different, you can repaint these helmets. They're affordable enough. I mean, I think this started off, I think retails like $150 Canadian. So that's like $99 or $100 American. And you can repaint these and you can design any way you want. You can get actually decals from Darth Hare. There are a number of different great sellers on Etsy and eBay, or from the Rebel Legion. You can ask and you can find great. You can get victory stickers. You can get the Starbird. You can get Phoenix Squadron. You can get any number of different decorations, and you can design your own helmet and come up with a paint scheme. And that's a real fun part. I find of cosplay as well is doing that and being able to personalize your own costume. So that is the Wedge Antilles Battle Simulation helmet. It's a repaint, but it's a great. I love it because Wedge deserves his due. All right, let's hit the comment section and take a look and see what's going on here. Commando VIK Vic. Hey Paul, I was just curious. Which is your favorite episode of Star Wars, and what do you think of the last trilogy and characters? My favorite episode of Star Wars, I mean, I grew up with the original trilogy, right? Like I saw Star Wars when I was 5 years old. My dad took my sister and I to see it in the movie theaters, and then I saw Empire Strikes Back with my sister. My babysitter took us, and then Return of the Jedi. My sister and I went by ourselves. So that was like there are three really distinct points in my life that Star Wars movies really sort of at the core essence of my being, they were there. These were the markers. And so I will always love the original trilogy. Empire Strikes Back was my favorite, just because it was just so, the stakes were so high and it was so dark and Han Solo, he was like, what? He's caught? He's gone? Like there's no happy ending? What's going on? And I remember, at the end of Star Wars, you're happy because, they get the medals and they blew up the Death Star and it's great. The end of Return of the Jedi is, the Empire has fallen and it's all great and everybody's celebrating. But Empire Strikes Back was the first movie where it's just like, well, what happens? Like I gotta see what's going on. And it was like I'm obsessed over that movie. And, the Battle of Hoth. I played with my buddy Richie Trin. I grew up in Calgary, so there's a lot of snow out there. So we recreated that scene, that huge battle on Hoth. We pretended we rode tauntauns. It was just something that was just such a part of my life, and I collected magazines, the toys, obviously. So Empire Strikes Back is my favorite. Now, with regards to the newer stuff, I was really happy when the prequel trilogy came out, because I thought that was it for Star Wars. And I was actually working at a Blockbuster Video in Toronto, and across the street was York Cinema. And I saw the phenomenon where people lined up like a month to like a month and a half before the movie was even being released. And so, I go into work and I see these people that are camped out and they want to get tickets because it was, and at the time I was like, guys, they're going to do multiple viewings. You're going to get a chance to see it. But they wanted to be the first to sort of watch this thing after all this wait. And so, respect to them for like really braving those elements and the ridicule and stuff. But that's what fandom is. It is about doing those crazy fun things that people might shake their heads at you about. But if you're having fun and you're not hurting anybody, I think more power to them. And that was also the first time I'd ever seen members of the 501st, because a whole squad of stormtroopers came into the Blockbuster and they walked around and I was in heaven. I thought I had died. It was just really, really fantastic. And, that sort of started. And so now I'm a member of the 501st. And I know more about them, and I have a number of costumes as well. And I've met some great members of the 501st who are very, very generous in spirit and with advice, and they're just really good people. So there's that. Now with the sequel trilogy, I have to say, the first movie, it was, I liked it because it was J.J. Abrams getting his chance to sort of finally do Star Wars. And it was fun. Like, I liked it. And people say, oh, it was derivative of Star Wars, A New Hope. And that's okay because they wanted something, structurally it was very similar. But I think people after the prequel trilogy were just so up in arms, they wanted something a little bit more familiar. I'm of the mindset of, if you want to see the original three movies, then just watch the original three movies. Like, if you want to do something new and different with Star Wars, you should do it. I mean, that's why it shouldn't devalue any of the other movies that come before. And so, with the Last Jedi, I thought they went in that direction, and it's okay. It's good to take chances. It's good to shake things up and make things new and relevant again. And it was so divisive, and it was so toxic too, because the negativity that came from that, I think, really sort of played a huge part in The Rise of Skywalker, which sadly I wasn't a huge fan of. I mean, I love Star Wars, and I know people loved it and people liked it, but for me, it was just a little bit too much. Like, they caved and they gave in to all the toxicity and stuff. And I think, when you're creating art, when you're creating anything, you're putting yourself out there, you're putting fresh ideas, and people are going to criticize it always. But it's good to stay true to that vision and not sort of pander or cave in, because if it's not your vision anymore, who are you making the movie for? And I really think that was one of the things that for me didn't stick with Rise of Skywalker. I think they just tried to retcon and correct too many things that people complained about in the first two movies. I think if they continued on with Rian Johnson's, and you can vilify me for this, but I believe this because I really did like The Last Jedi. If you'd gone in that direction, it would have been really, really exciting. It would have been different for sure, but that was the point. That's just my opinion. And again, people who who loved the prequel trilogies, I'm not gonna yuck their yum, so to speak, right? Like there are people, you have that emotional connection to these movies, to Jar Jar, like I had to Lando and Han in the original trilogy. It's one of those things where you grow up with it. If that's your first Star Wars, you're gonna love it. And so I think the best parts of fandom is celebrating the fact that we love a franchise that's a lot of fun, and we should share that. And we can like different things about it. It's not about being right or wrong or being a gatekeeper or knowing more than somebody else. It's just about shared love for a franchise. So that's a long about way of just basically saying, I liked Empire Strikes Back. Okay. So many questions. I'm sorry, as I'm blah, 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 going on and on and on. I'm going to try to come and get through some of these. Epic Gamer, looking good there, man. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Here's, see now, Mike, this is what I love about him. He's my pusher. And because of that, here is a shameless plug right there. Thank you, Mike. I'm gonna go back now, and I'm just gonna thank you so much. That's a reminder. If you want, I just to announce too, I do have a line of merch, really comfy hoodie, bitter hats, some knitted beanies, which is great. I got a new line of hats coming out. I'm really excited about them. We're just looking at the final mock-ups for them right now, and they'll be available soon on the website. But I also want to announce that it's going to be last call for those hoodies, those bitter hoodies. If you like them, get your orders in, because we're going to pull them off the website, and then that'll be it for them. So go and check out bitterasiandude.com/merch. Check it out if you like something. This is in the next little bit. We're going to be pulling those hoodies off. So I saw a name. Here we go. Name of the rose. Chris. You just joined. I know. I should be really better about getting word out that I'm dropping a live stream. But the cool thing is, this was an idea that just sort of came to me, and I thought, hey, let's do that. Thanks to my friend Kat Chin, who made this suggestion. Kat, I see you're on there. Thanks so much. It's something new. It's outside of my comfort zone for sure, but having a lot of fun doing this and setting. And it's a steep learning curve, but it's fun. And thank you for your patience, everyone, as I struggled mightily through the technical problems here. Okay, yes, the world needs more Wedge. It really does. Ben, that's a good question. What's my favorite helmet not exclusive to Star Wars? I have so many helmets now. I think my favorite right now, is I have in the back room, it is a Tank Trooper helmet from Rogue One. I have two variants. There's the clean and the weathered version of it. Those are really hard for me to get. Novos is a company that has a very spotty track record in terms of getting the product out to people. If you can get a Novos helmets through second or third party vendors, that's awesome, because they'll often have them in stock. If not, sometimes it's hit or miss, like whether you get your stuff or not. I think eventually you do get it, and the quality of a Novos materials they're great. That's why I keep buying them stupidly. But those are my favorite. I actually have back there. It is a Black Series Din Djarin. It is a Mandalorian helmet. I'm saving that for another unboxing proper video that I'm going to shoot this week. I have an Novos Season 1 Beskar helmet from the Mandalorian on order. Whether it shows up or not is anytime soon is anyone's guess. So you would have thought I learned my lesson, but I actually have been getting stuff from the Novos. It's taken a couple of years sometimes, but there it is. But that was, here we go. We're going to go through Alex. Cheers from a fellow Asian nerd and the one kid who always read Star Wars books in class. My favorite books were the Corellian Trilogy by Roger McBride Allen. Yes. Haven't read those, but I heard of them. And again, there's so much. I used to read a lot of Star Trek novels as well. My fandom isn't just Star Wars; it was across the board. And so with Star Trek, I read a lot of the books, the novels for that. DC Fontana, David Byrne. There was the Dreadnought series, which I loved. Those. So I read a lot more Star Trek than Star Wars for some reason. And for Star Wars, I did read Rogue Squadron. I've got the Aftermath trilogy by Chuck Wendig, who follows me on Twitter. It's like, how freaking cool is that? Like, I'm just going, and he follows me on Twitter, and I follow him. And it's just like, oh my God, that trilogy of books was lent to me by Tommy K. Thank you so much. I still got to get through them. It's killing me because I have a stack of books in my bedroom that I got to get to. And it's time. I'm running out of time. Here you go, Bob. Okay, I can only pick one for best helmet, Vader or Kylo. It's got to be Vader. That's way more iconic. I mean, that's me though. It's I'm OG OT. The Kylo Ren helmet is cool, but it's got its baggage. I just like, there's something that is, so epically so intrinsically or iconically Star Wars about Vader's helmet. I think if you put Kylo Ren's helmet down, people might go, "Hey, that's Darth Vader." And that's how iconic Darth Vader is. That's just the way it goes. And so that's a great question. Thank you so much again for Bob. Like, you're bankrolling this whole thing. I appreciate that. Everyone, this is a super chat. This is something new for me when it comes to like monetizing your channel, which I never thought in a million years I would be doing. But it's a thing, and if you donate money, it helps support this channel, and I can use it to, like, I don't take lessons so I don't screw up the technical elements of the show. And I can get more things to unbox and to explore. So yeah, thank you so much for your donation there, Bob. Mr. Dillon. Seriously, Star Wars is on. Hey, how's it going? Maybe those Trek represent. Yes, Chris. And Kimbits represent. I see a number of you on there. You're part of this great group. Oh my God, Joe Caroni. He is. How you doing, buddy? Happy. I saw some of your stuff on Rebelthon. Fantastic. Big fan. For those of you who don't know, Joe is a fantastic artist, and his artwork is prolific in the Star Wars universe. And so he'll do, like, they're iconic. Go give him a follow on your Instagram, on his Instagram page, account. I can't even speak. He drops great artwork, and his stuff, you've seen it in movie posters, novelizations, comic books, and you've seen it in tops, trading cards. It's everywhere. It's ubiquitous with Star Wars. I used a big word, ubiquitous. No, he's just a fantastic guy. Here we go. Ray, Gaming Zombie, nothing to say, just donating. That's what I love about Ray. He just wants to help. Just wants to help, and I think I love that spirit, and I miss you lots, buddy. Thank you so much for that. Here we go. Star Trek. Okay, here we go. Fly Zone 21. Star Trek: The Next Generation, my all-time favorite. It was a great show. It was a great show, and there's a reason why I think when you watch Star Trek, the cool thing about it is the rewatchability of it. It's like not one of these shows where you can just go in and go, "Oh, it's dated. It's no good anymore." Even with the original Trek. There are certain things about the themes and the stories that just resonate, and certain shows they don't age well. Like you watch, for example, Friends. They're doing the big reunion stuff. Some of those episodes, I mean, it's a keen sort of window into the sensibility of what humor and what we found funny in the 90s. A lot of stuff doesn't quite land. Some of the transphobia and the homophobia, a little bit of that. You just kind of like, it makes you feel uncomfortable watching it. Whereas Star Trek, I mean, the only time you really get uncomfortable is like when Shatner gets his shirt ripped off. And so, there are different shades to that. Anton Attard, I'm going to put this up because I got to say this. Call it now, or the Leafs going to beat the Canadians. Go Leafs, go. I think absolutely. I think, like in true Leaf fashion, though, and I'm talking hockey, everybody, I'm sorry. Nothing can be easy. I think they need to go through adversity. I think they're going to go past that first round. I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk by any means. Montreal's a good team. They know how to kick it into high gear. They got a lot of scrappy guys. They're heavy on the body. But I think the Leafs will win because their skill set is higher. I think they've learned lessons from the past, and they're buying into the system that Sheldon Keefe is implementing with them. And I think, like, with Austin Matthews, like, leading the charge in hits, in shots, in chances, all we need is secondary scoring, and it's happening. And they're going to do it for Johnny. They're going to do it for JT, John Tavares, the injured Leafs captain, and I think they're really going to do some damage in this playoffs. So I'm calling it. I'm going for the Leafs. Let's see. I think Parson, have a sip of Coke Zero. It's not an ad. It's just what I have because my throat. Okay. Do you guys want me to unbox something else? Because I actually have something cool here that was in part of this great box set that Hasbro. Or if you have any questions about this helmet, this lovely Black Series helmet, this Black Series Battle Simulation Wedge Antilles helmet, throw it in the comment section, and I'll do my best to answer it. Yeah, can do that. Tommy, you're writing here. Come on, it'll be a cakewalk here from Huron versus the Habs. You know what? I'd love to be able to agree with you, but it's the playoffs, and anything can and will happen. And momentum shifts, they swing, man, they're real. The momentum shifts are real. And so, you know, they got to keep on top of what they're doing and just play smart and play hard for a full 60 minutes. Oh my God, I sound like Don Cherry. No. Name of the, oh, Chris. Here we go. Someone said restart Prisoners of Gravity with Paul Sun-Young Lee. I would definitely want that. But Rick Green and you can do it together. Dudes, I am a huge fan of Rick Green's. I got a chance to meet him and hang out with him. He's you know, when people say you should never meet your heroes, I get it sometimes, but I think the majority of times, maybe I've been lucky, but I love Rick Green. He's such a kind man, and he's so smart, and he's funny. And, you know, I never thought, you know, him and Dan Redican, they're friends because they were on this iconic Canadian comedy troupe called Four on the Floor, right? The Frantics. And, you know, growing up, I would watch them and I think, oh my God, these guys are brilliant. And then getting older and becoming an actor and then meeting them and being peers with them is just, it's mind-blowing. It's great because it's like you're reminded that they're human beings too, and what they're doing is something that they love, but it's a job as well. And it's just like, and that's why I think I get it, why I try to treat fans as well as I'd like to be treated when I'm meeting somebody that I really sort of look up for, because I know what it's like and I love it. Starfleet Captain 549. Oh, that's an interesting number. Thank you for your donation. More unboxing. More. Okay, let's do it. I don't see any other Wedge helmet or Luke helmet. You know what? I kind of like the Wedge helmet. I kind of like the paint scheme for the Wedge helmet. Luke's is good. And this is Luke's. It's good, but you know what? If you think about it, it really wasn't his helmet. Like, he just showed up on Yavin 4 with, you know, with Han and Leia and Chewie and the droids. He showed up, and it was like they gave him a helmet and a T-65 like X-wing, but that wasn't his. Like, he didn't like that. That was somebody else's bucket. So it's like, okay, are they hurt? Are they killed? You're putting on, like, are you putting on a dead guy's dead? It doesn't have to be a guy. I'm sorry. This is like totally a dead pilot's helmet. I don't know. So like, there's something weird about that. Whereas I think Wedge, because he's been part of the rebellion for a longer period of time, that's actually his. So yeah, there's something about, you know, the helmet designs you don't really think about till you kind of go deeper into it, but it can be a little bit weird. Okay, let's do this. I got these great figures here. These are Black Series archive for the 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm that got sent to me again by Hasbro. These great gifts. And it's so funny because I actually I had already purchased these. I had purchased these already, and they came here, but it's cool now because now I can have a set to sort of put on display and have a set to open up. So which one do you guys want to start with? Let's try that. Turtle 64224. Yes, Red 5 died in Rogue One, but it wasn't his starfighter that I mean, Luke took his call sign, but didn't take his gear. And that's what I was talking about, like the actual helmet. I think Red 5 and Rogue One did not have the same helmet. And I doubt that they actually went and scavenged his helmet. So there is that. One second here. Let's open this up here. We're going to do the Tank Trooper, Death Trooper, Tank Trooper, Shore Trooper, Tuscan Raider. Okay, so let's open up. So here's something that's really cool. So Archive series, right? These are reissues of the Black Series, basically. This was released originally in one of those in the Black Series boxes that sort of came out a few, I think, like a year or so ago, a few years ago, actually, when Rogue One came out. And these are the re-releases. The Archive series are a series of Black Series. Like how many times? That's why Siri was coming on so much, because it kept saying series of series. The reissues, basically, and the reboxed. And for those of you who missed the original run of the Black Series box sets, that's what the Archive series is for. And you can see on the back, the cards are really quite nice. They got the artwork. They have the description of the Imperial Hover Tank driver, the Lucasfilm logo, and all the other things. And the warning, of course, not to that there are little pieces in there, and not to swallow them, because it can be dangerous, right? And so, what should I do? Should I be very, very careful, or should I just rip it open and like crush the collectors out there? I am a dirty, filthy opener. I do open, but I know there are people who collect the cards as well. And there are different ways of doing it so that you can actually open it without being too damaging. You can see here they have it's this masking tape. There's tape here and stuff like that. Joe, I see something here. Joe, you said the 50th anniversary Death Trooper is the one you haven't found on the shelves yet? Well, this, my friend, is yours. I'm going to put this aside. I'm not going to open this. I'm going to send this to you, Joe. I'm going to send this to you because, you deserve. So there you go. Yes, rip it open. They're meant to be played with. Yes, I will play. You know what? Okay, let's do it. Let's do how to rip it. For those of you who love keeping these cards, look away. Look away. Look away. Look away. Must get to toy. Must open. Must. Garbage. Card. Be gone. Toys. Must play. Must play with posable action figure. Here's the. Ooh. Look, that's beautiful. Like, that is. The freaking. Look at it. The detail on this E11 blaster is fantastic. Like, right down to the little, there's a little side light onto it that is very specific to the blasters used in Rogue One. Like, Hasbro, good for you. That's great. And now, look at that. Be gone. So here he is. Here he is in all of his glory. His helmet. You can move his arms. There you go. All the little points of articulation, right? His legs. You can pose him. He can be like, it's like that ad though on TV where they're all lying down and you have to pose them. I don't have the. I guess I could switch over to this camera instead. Throw it over here. Autofocus. There. Autofocus. Yeah. Hi. I'm a canon character that only has 6 seconds of screen time, but I'm super popular, especially with this big fat nerd sitting behind me. Yes, you are. I actually am working on a cosplay. That's why I got that helmet, the both helmets, the clean variant and the weathered version. I couldn't get the weathered version for the life of me. And then they released the clean variant, which is just like a clean. And I thought, yeah, I'll get that, and then I'll just weather it myself. And it came and it was so pretty. I was like, I can't touch it. And then I got a weathered version. So now I have both, which is awesome. And so here's the tank. Now, this is a tank driver. The actual tank commanders have a different paint scheme. And you'll notice, like, see, he's all autofocus, auto. He's all white. So his armor is white. And in Rogue One, the tank commander actually has gray painting on his arm bells, and like a gray on the upper part of his chest. It's actually painted gray. So this is actually the guy who drew, like one of the crew members. So he's like an enlisted man who takes all of those orders. And yeah, Fly Zone, yeah, I know, I get it, but you know, these are meant to be enjoyed, and I do get it. I do get there's something about beautiful boxes up there, and I do have those, but these are so much fun. I mean, it's kind of a shame to keep them in their boxes and not enjoy them, and I'm really digging that one. Okay, next, let us destroy and open the Shore Trooper. Now, you know, maybe I should do this one nicely. Should I do this one nicely? And I'll show you my technique to open it nicely so that you preserve the box. Or should I just rip it open? What do you think? What do you think? There you go. Somebody's right now. The hover tank pilot is the same except for green paint from the Juggernaut tank driver in season 2. It is and it isn't, actually. The helmet is the same, but the armor is slightly different because there is no the back piece and the chest plate are the Mud Troopers from Solo. Actually, that's the armor and the look of that. It's very, very similar. The only thing is there's no abdominal piece. Like here, there's the focus. See this part here. That's for the Shore Trooper and the Tank Trooper, but for the Mud Troopers, they didn't have that. They actually just had the chest piece and the back piece to it. They had a cape and the shoulder bells as well. They did not have the forearms, the gauntlets on the forearm shivers, but they did have the shoulder bells and the bicep pieces. But they were very similar. And you know what? That's what they did on the Mandalorian. They would take stuff from the movies like Solo, like Rogue One, and it would funnel it down into the show. And so they would repurpose some of the costumes. And I think they came up with a great variant. I mean, those Juggernaut drivers I thought were fantastic looking. And because I'm building a Muddy, it's like, oh, I can just repaint one of the, like I have a 3D printed Tank Trooper helmet back there. I just repaint that and use that. And then I have yet another Star Wars costume. So somebody's saying, okay, nicely. Everybody's saying nicely. Okay, not everybody, but a majority of people. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to be nice, and I'm going to. How do I that? What was that? Yes. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to play nice. So basically, the key to opening something nice is to pretend that it's weird. This is going to sound weird. You want to have it so it doesn't look like there's any damage whatsoever. So you just got to go slow and find the points where it's attached and just sort of separate them. So I'm going to start with here. There's tape. There's a masking tape on this flap here. So if you take an X-Acto knife or a flat knife, and this is now if Kevin's watching from toying around, this is what you do, buddy. You got to cut away from yourself. Never cut towards yourself. Cut away, because you know that's just safe. That's just safety. So there you go. See it, and it should just slide, just like that. And so now I've got that first flap done. Now it's difficult here because it's actually there's adhesive here, right? And that's to keep people from stealing, right? So I'm just going to. And what you will do is you're going to get, I mean, again, you're going to get separation, right? You're going to get that because it's there. And you could try to very slowly and gently I'm doing this left-handed, by the way, because I'm cutting away from myself. Right? That's again. The gap here. It's like watching paint dry. Ha, cha, cha, cha. Isn't it grand? What'd you do? I watched an idiot try to open up a box so he didn't ruin the card. What are they going to do with the card? I don't know. Or you can just do one of these, right? And it's just about going slow. Just about going slow. And try not to bend the cardstock, obviously. There we go. There we go. And then you just fold it nicely. And then like that, see? And so now you've got the card. And yeah, if you want to, it's there you go. So there's that. And you can keep this nice and safe. Put it aside. And here we are. And there is, in fact, you know what I'm going to do? I can actually, because the helmet's not there anymore. There we go. That's a little bit easier to watch. Right? And then they have, again, he's got his E11, and it's the same principle with the you want to keep this plastic sort of intact without damaging or creasing or crinkling any of the plastic here. But it's hard to, especially because it's molded onto there. You need to apply some pressure and deform it a little bit. But again, it's about just a little piece at a time. Oh, you can make little Jello molds, Jello shots of a shore trooper's back. So here he is. Ooh, look at that. Now there are 3 different variants of the shore trooper captain. There's the captain who has a Kama. He's got the hip armor, which is flexible, and he's got the magazine. And there's another version as well. This one is which variant is he? He. I gotta stop saying he. I'm gonna stop saying he. I'm sorry. I'm trying to non-gender everything. I'm trying to stop using the term guys. This is a shore trooper. Well, they're a specialist, but it's just generic shore trooper. But there are like different levels. There's the captain, there's the commander, and whatnot. But he's cool too. See, I'm doing it again. They're cool too. One of my favorite parts of that Mandalorian episode when they infiltrate the base is when Bill Burr's character blasts the general, and then there's that shore trooper with the tray of food just stops. He goes, and then all hell breaks loose. I think that's one of the most comedic moments in a Star Wars. In Star Wars, right there. I think that's hilarious. So here's the shore trooper. Must focus. There you go. The detail and the articulation, right down to the red, the three yellow stripes to denote rank. He's got. Yeah, I think this is an officer or squad leader. I think squad leader. I think that's what it is. Yeah, a cafeteria shore trooper. Okay, so there's that. I'm gonna keep that Death Trooper for Joe. And where's the other? I swear there was another one. There was a sand person. Tuscan Raider. Here we go. He's got his gaffy stick. Lots and lots of let's switch this over. It's actually lots of accessories here. Focus. You can see from there's like 2 different. It's the rifle. He's got a rifle, and he's got the gaffy stick with changeable heads. So the mace on it, you can either have one that's silver, one that's not silver, and one with an open-ended troika, so that when you split something open, it says split open, and you could crack it like a melon. Yeah. So here we go. That is Ekwan. Yes, that is a lot of lightsabers behind me. Yeah, I have a number of Black Series lightsabers. I think I have. There's the Kylo Ren Force Effects Elite, Darth Sidious. I have Obi-Wan Kenobi, Mace Windu, both of the Darth Maul, so I could connect them if I wanted to. And I also have, what's that? Kit Fisto and Asajj Ventress, and Darth Vader, obviously, and what's that? Darth Revan. Yeah, I got a bunch. I like lightsabers. I got to just find a way to display them, though, right? And a lot of them, you can take the blades out. A lot of them you can't. So that makes it difficult to sort of to display them. A lot of fun to play with them, though. I'm just going to rip this one open, just for time's sake. There you go. Yeah. Ooh, cloth. It's a soft fabric. It's not hard plastic. It's actually, I like that. I think that's cool. Oh, and it's elastic. It's got an elastic to keep it in place. That's cool. Get out. Plastics everywhere. So did you ever think you were going to spend your Sunday night watching a grown man open toys? Life choices. Life choices. Gaming Zombie, Ray, did I take, or was I given anything from The Mandalorian? I got paid. Does that count? I did not take anything because I wanted to be asked back. Although, man, it's just like you're fully immersed in that world. Like when you see like the level of detail to everything is phenomenal. And it's one of those places where you don't want to leave. You just don't want to leave. I'm going to switch the view here. Come on. There we go. So yeah, it is. Look at that. That's cloth. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Oh, look, see, and then here's the traditional. This is underneath. It's got the plastic cowling, so it's got, yeah, it's like a cape. That's a nice touch. I like that. That's not, and it's all. Ooh, it's tucked in and underneath, and you can pull it out, pull out the cape, and then have, if you're into toy photography, that's really cool too, because then you can, if you have the wind effect or anything, that would definitely sort of play, which is great. Yeah, and he's got the hard, it's flexible, but it's more of a rubberized cloak, which is great. But every time I hear the word cape, I think of Edna Mode. No capes! Because it's so dangerous. Mike, if I had a chance to pick my role, would I choose to be Sith or Jedi? I would love to be a Jedi who turns to a Sith and then recants on his deathbed and then comes back. Kind of like Anakin. It's been done. I don't know. I play both sides. I think it would be a lot of fun to play any sort of force sensitive or force wielding character. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, and I gotta say, man, Hasbro, they're really, really upping their game in terms of the detail. Like the head spikes are great. The bandage wrappings around the head, the helmet are like, man, that's legit. It looks like somebody actually did that. Like I'm used to the old school Kenner toys where it's just everything's just sort of painted on. So that's awesome. That's really cool. There you go. So I got these three. I'm gonna keep the accessories. Oh no. There, you can have your gun. There you go. Now they're all armed. The gaffy stick, I'm going to keep the accessories beside it because I don't want to do that. I don't want to lose those pieces. Organic Mechanic. Hey, Organic Mechanic, welcome. Welcome. Thank you so much. Colin, yes, Darth Paul. I think it'd be fun. Force choke a couple of people, call it a day, kick back, have a couple of force lights. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Darth Uppa, haha. And Bob Dylan. Okay, hold up. Then what would your Darth name be? Darth Sionis for some reason. I like that. Sionis for some reason popped up in my head. Maybe it would just be Darth. You know, like just break the mold. It's like Darth. One name, Darth. That'd be kind of fun. Okay, so I've got those three. Hey, everybody, you know, honestly, this was a lot of fun. I had fun. If you have any more questions, now's the time to ask them. I'm open to it. I've opened these things. Joe, if you're still around, I am saving this for you, this Death Trooper. Just I'll get in contact with you and get your mailing address, man. And then there you go, because I have one and I'm, you know, you share it with your friends. And that's collectability is about if you have extra and you can help somebody else, you know, you don't have to give it to them, but you can give it to them at cost or do the cool thing, because it's like, you know, karma's a wheel. It goes around and around and around, goes around, comes around. And so I really believe in that. I've had a number of people save me and help me complete some things, collections. I can't speak. Help me complete some collections that, you know, I was looking for and stuff. So I'm just going to pin me to Solo there. I'm going to get rid of this banner on the bottom. There you go. There you go. I'm going to go back to the comments. Darthness. Appa, do I collect hot toys? Yeah, I collect hot toys. It's a slippery slope. In fact, I'm at a point right now where I think I need to make a choice. I think I have to stop collecting one or the other. And it's a question of space. You know, I don't have space anymore. I got to choose one. And so it's funny because I just jumped back into Black Series collecting last year hard and grabbing things. I was like, I never thought, it's like, yeah, I want that Gamorrean guard. Give it to me. Yeah, I want. And it's like, no, why? Why? It's there's that part of the collector in me that really craves all of these things, right? Yes, it is more like a Laurentian abyss. And then I discovered Hot Toys. And so it's like that whole like premium. And so it's like I had my friends at Sideshow sent me a couple, like the back there is the Mandalorian deluxe figure, Luke Skywalker, Return of the Jedi. My wife, she started it all by getting me the Incinerator Trooper from Mandalorian season 1. And it's like the level of detail, it's a 1/6 scale figures that just kill. And then I went out and I got from another collector friend. He was getting rid of them because, again, it's as a collector, you have to sometimes you have to make choices and go, these are never going to be displayed. It's a shame to have them sit in a box. Can I get something for these again? And a lot of times, a lot of collectors are looking for cost or maybe a little bit more because they have gone up in value in order to fund other things that they're more interested in collecting. And so, like, I got this. This is, I mean, and this is out of print. Like, they don't make this. This is the Princess Leia 1/6 scale Hoth version. And like, if you look at the sculpt, I gotta hide my face. There you go. She's gorgeous. Like, this was one of my first crushes growing up. Was Princess Leia. So Carrie Fisher, God rest her soul. I mean, man, I loved her because she was just so badass too, right? Like, she wasn't a damsel in distress who needed saving, although, you know, in Star Wars she did. But she could take care of herself, and she led the rebellion. You know, she was one of the leaders at that age, and I thought Carrie Fisher was just so kick-ass in that role. So, I mean, I saw this chance, and it was just like, Hoth Leia, you know. So I jumped on it. And so that's the thing. For one hot toy collectible, you know, you could get like a dozen like current Black Series, not the collectible Black Series, but ones that have just been released. If you can get them, like, you can get like, you know, 30 of them. So 30, 10 of them, right? Because they're like $30 each. So like the average hot toy is about $300. And so it's just like, that's a decision that you make. Now, a lot of the hot toy stuff, if you're into the collectibles for it to increase in value and make a profit off of that, then that's an investment. But I don't do that. I collect stuff because I like it. And the idea of profiting off of it's weird. Although I did sell my first sort of box set. It was like a premium Blu-ray steelbook for the movie Drive. Nova Media, beautiful. Bought it by accident. Thought I was getting 4K. It was Blu-ray. I was like, Blu-ray. I know, right? First world problems. And I was hemming and hawing, but it's beautiful. And then there's a guy in a Facebook group that I'm part of. He was like, oh my God, do you have that? Because it's out of print now. And he bought it off of me. And so it's like, oh, cool. And like he bought it for what it was worth. And I gave him a good price still too, right? And so he found a lot of joy from it. And now I got some money that I'm sinking into. Like, that's why I got this Hot Toys Leia. It's because I flipped the money that I made from the Drive box set to that. And so like that's what some people do as well. Marcus Valiant. I'm making an Appa edit the Shang-Chi trailer, and it would be amazing if you could say the father's lines as Appa. I linked the lines to the chat. Okay. We'll see. We'll see. No promises, but we'll see. If it's a fan thing, yeah, it'll be fun. Diecast Iron Man line ruined you. Yeah, right? Like, it just takes that one thing, and once you get hooked, you just go, right? And it's, if you for those of you who don't know, Hot Toys, it's a company that's based out of Hong Kong. They look photoreal. You saw a picture of Leia. In the technology and the arts, the crafts, the artisanal like prowess. I don't. It's weird saying craftsmanship, artisanship. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm trying to non-gender everything. The artisanship of what's being made is just next level, and it just keeps being better and better and better. And there's something about these hot toys, because they are 1/6 scale. They use actual fabric. And a lot of times they're using, like, cosplayers will use the Hot Toys figures as a frame of reference because they can't get the real thing. But because the Hot Toys are so close to the real thing, at least in the Star Wars universe, they're using those as references. I think that's really neat. As a cosplayer myself, I think that's cool. I wish they made up Hot Toys for sitcoms, because I would buy anything from The Office and an Uppa one for sure. Thank you, Xander Reviews. Thank you for that. Yeah. It's weird though when you get an action figure. I mean, it's cool, but it's still kind of weird. Little version of you out there, and cool in like a 90% cool and a 10% kind of weird way. Flattering for sure. And I love all the fan stuff that's being made out there. I love it, love it, love it. Colin J is saying, I'm going to Galaxy's Edge. Lucky you. And I can spend, where'd it go? Where did it go? It moved up, because that's my old mice. And I can spend $180 so I can get one lightsaber or X-Wing helmet, a Boba Fett jetpack, and some other stuff. What do I choose? You know what? You choose whatever brings you joy. Like, whatever, and you'll know. Like, if somebody says choose and you grab one and you kind of go, oh, I wanted then you wanted the other one. Get the one that you want the most, because I think deep down you do want the one you want the most. I would also, my bit of advice on that too is, I as a collector, I like getting some stuff that's hard to get too, right? So if it's something that's really cool, and this is hard to get, you can't get these anymore. Like with Joe, he can't get this anymore because it's hard for him to find. You know, it's one of those things where, as a collector, sometimes you look at the Black Series figures coming out. It's like, well, which one's going to be the one that's going to be hard to get, that everybody wants, and you kind of scoop that up. But that's just a side note. If things are equal, you can do that. But get what brings you joy. Get what you like and enjoy it. Like, that's it. Joe, do I follow JC Hong on Instagram? He's a painter for Hot Toys, and his work he shares on there is incredible. You know what? I don't, but I've heard of him, and I absolutely will start following him. Thank you so much, Joe, for that. For that tip. I'm going to do that. All right. Have I been to Galaxy's Edge? No, Starfleet Captain. I've not been to Galaxy's Edge. I was really hoping to get out there, and then the pandemic hit. So with things sort of getting back a little bit to normal, maybe next year, probably the year after that, 2022 in Anaheim, Star Wars Celebration. And I'm hoping to be there. I'd like to go there and experience it, because I've never I've never been to I've never been to a Celebration. That's something on my bucket list. Want to attend. I want to experience that and hang out with other fellow Star Wars enthusiasts and get in lines and collect those things and meet a bunch of like-minded people and celebrate Star Wars. And in the meantime, if there's a little side trip to Lucasfilm and or to the Galaxy's Edge, yeah, I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to say no. Gonna have to bring an extra suitcase though to bring back all the swag and stuff. So there you go. Angelina Frank, have I been to cons in the USA before? FanX in Salt Lake City, Utah. Would love to have visit. I would love to do a con to do all the different cons. I've done a bunch in Canada. They're fantastic. I've yet to do one in the States. I would love to. And there's a number of different ones I've always wanted to sort of visit. There's a Dragon Con in Atlanta, I think, and then there's New York City Comic Con, and then of course San Diego. In Utah, I would love to go to that one, the FanX. I know I think there's Emerald City. I'd love to visit that one out in the Pacific Northwest, United States. Jinpei05, you pre-ordered the Gwen Stacy figure from Hot Toys. That's cool too, and that's the thing. Hot Toys isn't just Star Wars; they do everything, which makes them that much more dangerous. And so I got to stick to my lane. But they have some fantastic, like the Marvel stuff and the DC. Like it's just like you just go nuts on that. Okay, I'm losing my voice. I've unboxed all this. If you like this, thank you. I'm hoping to turn this into a weekly, bi-weekly, hopefully a weekly segment. I'm gonna try to figure out what was wrong with my sound and fix it so it doesn't happen next time. I'm kind of half stealing this idea from a number of different YouTube channels that are very successful. The main one, Toying Around, Kevin. He's the one that sort of introduced me to this whole concept of unboxing something live. I love that. He takes it to the next step, and he actually has guests, and they chat too. And so if I get good enough, we'll start doing that. I just wanted to try this format out. Thank you so much for joining up. If you haven't already and you like what you see and you're getting value, please subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button, hit that little notification bell, and you'll know next time I'm dropping a new video on this channel. You can find me on Instagram at Angry Uppa. You can find me on Twitter at Bitter Asian Dude. YouTube, obviously, you're here. Facebook, Paul Sun Hyung Lee. That's my fan page. I'm not on TikTok. Thinking about Twitch. Happy for all the Canadians. Happy Victoria Day. For everybody else, stay safe, be healthy, wash your hands, wear a mask, get vaccinated so we can all hang out at cons again. And, thanks for tuning in. And we'll do this again. Okay, see you. It's so awkward, this part where I trying to plan to